on your project a crossed out grade and then a pencil in grade written a couple points higher? Not on everybody, so a couple people. So the modal grade on this project was 23 out of 25, which is hella awesome, just so you know. Projects are at 25 points. Quizzes are around 10, exam next week is out of 100. So the idea is the one question that caused the modal grade to be 23 and not 25 was question 2E. Explain what the previous probability means. Now, the trick with that was, well, look at that. Look at that. I forget the context. I'm going to pull one of your guys' projects and look at it.
It was the seasonal allergies or eczema.
What is the probability a child will not have seasonal allergies or eczema given that both parents do have seasonal allergies or eczema? Was 0.3, 30%. That was deep. That was deep. Part E said, explain what that means. Now, a lot of folks write, there's a 3 in 10 chance that if the parents have seasonal allergies or eczema, then the kids will not. That is a correct statement, but it's simply a restatement of Part D. What does a 30% chance mean? What does that mean? What does it mean?
It means if they have 10 kids, only 3 of them will have.
Is that what it means? So if I pick 10 kids, if I pick 10 families,
On average.
ho, we just said 2 different things here. Hang on. Let's go back to Nathan. What Nathan said, and this is, I'm glad you brought this up, Nathan, thank you. If you grab 10 families whose parents both have seasonal allergies or eczema, does that mean that 3 of them are going to have kids who don't?
No.
Not unless you mention on average or over time or over repeated trials or something like that. If you say that it's 3 out of 10 families, that means every time you have 10 families, you're going to have 3 where the kids don't have the allergies. Let me give you a corollary to why that isn't necessarily true. Imagine taking a 6-sided die. Okay, a 6-sided die, right? 6-sided die. Roll it. What's the chance you're going to get a 3 on that die? What's the chance? It's 1 in 6, right? What does that mean?
If you do it 6 times, you're likely to get that.
I like that answer better than you will get a 3 one time. But I like a better answer. When you roll a die lots and lots and lots of times, you're going to average a 3 every 6 rolls. It does not guarantee that every 6 rolls you get a 3. But it guarantees that out of the entire time that you roll a die, you get 1/6 3s, 1/6 2s, 1/6 1s. So somewhere in that answer, you had to reference either on average, over time, in many repeated trials, or something like that. That's why I went back and had to pick some of your papers. Some of you had that idea, but I never didn't pick up on it. So I didn't knock anybody down at all. I just, if anything, you stayed at 23, but some of you went for 25 because you phrased it a different way. But the key is probability implies. Probability implies not a promise, but an average. And I love the example. Here's an example that I use quite often in class. We do this thing, a workout called a deck of doom. But some of you may have done this before, deck of death, deck of doom. Jenny, I don't think Jenny's done it yet with Total Fit. Take a deck of cards. Pick 4 exercises that you want to punish yourself with. And make sure, because you're about to do 105 repetitions of every one of them. And here's what you do. You pick pull-ups, push-ups, medicine ball, popcorn, and yoga ball planks, for example. Each suit is one of those. So hearts is pull-ups, diamonds is push-ups, clubs is one. Then you shuffle the deck, take a card, throw it down. That card tells you which exercise and how many. So if it's a 2 through 10, you do that number. If it's a jack, you do 11. If it's a queen, you do 12. If it's a king, you do 13. If it's an ace, you do 14. Or if you're feeling not strong with ace, you do 1. We make it 14 because we're masochists. One day, we were doing this, and we do this every Tuesday, at least once a week, sometimes more than once a week, because we're masochists. And we assigned pull-ups to hearts. Now, pull-ups are hard, especially if you do them correctly. I've seen CrossFit guys do a pull-up. I can do 500 pull-ups. I'm like, really? Do 10 like I do. But anyway, we threw the Queen of Hearts, and we all groaned because we have to do 12 freaking pull-ups. So we're going to do 12 pull-ups. Boom, 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 boom. Then we go back to the deck of cards, Jack of Hearts. Kidding me? 11 more. Go back to the deck, Ace of Hearts. At this point, my partners are freaking out, and I'm going, this is freaking awesome. Next card, King of Hearts. We just pulled the Ace, then the King. So now we've pulled the Jack, queen, king, and ace of hearts. And they're swearing like sailors because we've just done 45 pull-ups. And I'm going, come on, 10, because I want a royal flush. We didn't get a 10. We got something else. But the fact that we got 4 hearts in a row, and the fact that they were 4 very high hearts pissed people off. But the fact that we got 4 hearts in a row, doesn't that break the idea of what's the chance of getting hearts in a deck of cards? What's the chance of pulling heart? It doesn't, does it? No, it doesn't. But to people that are unversed in probability, it does. They expect a 25% chance of a suit. That's what it is, right? At least in the beginning, it's a perfect 25%. You've got 13 of each suit, so 13 out of 52 hearts, 13 out of 52, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. What they expect is something like this: hearts, diamonds, clubs, spades. Hearts, diamonds, clubs, spades. Now you know that's not true. That doesn't happen, right? That never happens. What happens with randomness? And clumps. I was looking for a different word. Yes, it's random. I cannot fault you for that answer. It's clumps. You get the clumps. I would expect things like that. And what's funny is you almost always get a clump like that in a deck of Doom. You just don't always get a royal flush clump. That's the thing. We often get 3 and 4 clubs in a row, but it's like a 2 and a 6 and a 10 and a jack, and it's like usually like a crunch, so you're like, whatever. It just happens a royal flush on pull-ups. So we did like 52 pull-ups, half of the pull-ups we had to do in 4 cards. So we're swearing, we're sweating, and we're crying, and we're happy. But at the same time, they were like, I can't believe this deck is rigged. I'm like, I can't believe you think the deck is rigged. I think the deck is fine. But that's the difference between understanding probability and not really understanding probability. Does that kind of make sense? So here, let's do one more experiment. It's okay with you guys to drive this. Get your TIs out if you have your TI with you.